Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Fancy meeting you here. How's work these days?
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu. But I've been feeling distracted at work lately. It's a long story. But
Huh? What's wrong with Uncle
Nothing specifically. He's not unwell. He says he's just increasingly low on energy. He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Still, I just can't help but feel a little emotional. Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng Tea House. Why don't... He seems very fond of you, too. I'm sure...
Sure. Let's... Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome, Hoishi. I heard that you've been traveling all over the place. Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry, I'm quite all right. It's just, as I grow older, I'm starting to find that I am still very much...
How difficult...
Oh, well, historically speaking, we also want to keep any perspective. For these reasons, the incompetential...
So in other words, you pick someone, and
Correct. Unfortunately, not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as a...
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
All right then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien, you say you're into behind-the-scenes...
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easy. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are...
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, oh, and no need to pay for your tea. You're all set?
Uncle Tien seems...
Yeah. So he's recommended 3... Shinwei is a wealthy... Try to keep all that...
Qianwei? Ming?
Let's leave that... All right.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide... Step on up!
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have...
Oh, I mean,
That's called being complacent.
oh, come on. That's...
All right, you two. Let's not get into a Qianwei. That was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand.
Fine.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done. Finished, huh?
Everyone took it.
Of course they did. They have the... And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute... We'll see the candidates now. Let's do...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you two... I had assumed that given the great... I trust you've read through my manifesto?
Mind your tone, miss.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in... Cloud Retainer? You know this? With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes. Please, and...
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, my current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be...
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, oh.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my...
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Very fair question. I completely but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one...
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, if it turned out that my judgment was to blame for...
Nice answer.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many but he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care. Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more measured, but he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingbo is not very...
Perfect summary. Paimon couldn't agree.
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his...
Great!
We'll see.
I see. Then it's more...
All right, then let me ask this. The ideas in Jur-E's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now, those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Bo has always been occupied with his work.
Whoa! So how did you get to know them?
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Bo came to my attention in the court. We first met while fishing. Gradually, Jury came from a poor family, and his parents died. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing, and not quite. And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up, and I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem...
Oh, you. There's really...
Sounds like you sure
There's nothing...
fresh fish soup. Sounds tasty.
Doesn't it? Also, when we've been fishing recently, Jury, that flavor makes for a fond memory. But at my age...
Oh, can Paimon come next time too?
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back.
I appointed. Had you not asked me why, this decision must be guided by... Remember, you...
Understood. Come on, let's go talk.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna be Jin. His manifesto was written well.
Easy. Let's not rush.
Huh? So, are you gonna give him more
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of... The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth, for example... Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan as my trusted assistants. They are always standing guard nearby. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now.
Nothing can take that guy down.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's...
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Jury?
Jur-E. Well, obviously, as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the...
That's actually...
The key here is consumer psychology.
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a...
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner...
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept. Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any idea.
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri. Have you heard of him before?
Juri? Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him He returned cruelty with kindness. Injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and... how did I not notice him sooner? In fact...
Oh, he sounds like a decent man. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a brand ambassador too, are you? Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... That's Juri right over there. Why don't we go and talk to him?
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Yelan. Come on, let's try not to let him see you. We want this information to be as true.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
What's the hurry? Don't get too close, or he'll see you. Try not to let him see you. We want this...
I understand. Let's walk and talk.
My
So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Yelan.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well with everyone. Are you satisfied now, Yelan?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet.
Wait, you're not just...
Maybe I am. You'll be able to try all the finest food for free. How does that sound?
We will? Well, come on! Off to the South Wharf we go!
Welcome. Please take a seat.
May I present?
I wonder what's going on up there.
Calm as always.
Take it. Go on. You have my approval.
What a bountiful home.
The wharf is as busy as... I hear the anglers here sometimes...
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We've heard about this young man called Jur-E.
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Jury. He's... How does that saying go? What?
Yeah, we've...
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association...
Oh?
He's good at a lot of things. His catches are always...
That sounds...
Sure thing. See?
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300. You better hurry. When they're gone.
Hello, we're from the...
Wow!
Society for Fish.
Please, don't worry. We've heard about a certain...
So this... I haven't heard anything about...
Oh?
Because he's so poor. His parent... He was still a kid when he first came to the war. And he managed to survive. I mean, he can afford to eat, and it's not like he catches much anyway.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I think he has pretty low self-esteem.
But hey, nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to upset him.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing that with...
Not a problem. And just for the record.
The more times you say it, the less convincing it becomes.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh, what brings you?
The truth is, we are but...
Real?
But of course.
Great! So,
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard...
sure have. You mean I've heard many tales of... Probably because it's nothing that important.
Oh, I can
Oh yeah, I know that! Before that, people always used to talk about Jury in... Sometimes he gives me candies, so...
Just as I thought.
Huh?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dugu is indeed as kind and virtuous as the legends claim.
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about...
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess I can share some of my candies with them too.
Certainly.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? Jiryu seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon...
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden celebrity come from? It almost seems too good to be true.
Sudden? Too good to be...
So he returns cruelty with kindness. And do you remember what Dugu Shu... Plus, there's the fact that his childhood, his studies.
When you put it like...
Of course, if that's all there was, Jur-E was born into... The problem is, do you remember what Uncle... Right. And that's the worst case scenario.
Someone's trying to gain influence over the chief, even if we ask Jiryu...
First, we need to find out who's... Remember the current... Whoever is seek... Come on. Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details? I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. When we're finished, officially the assessment is already over, and I'll be expected to announce the results.
Yikes! We better hurry!
Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of any evidence he's left is...
Even though Yelan took half, this is still a lot to get through. Well, we gotta start somewhere. Oh, this
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers! If you're back, that means you finished investigating.
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of information. Every time they asked me to leave, but I always had another trick up my sleeve.
Don't drag this out. Just tell us your findings.
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant he is, but then go... The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very... Once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way...
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around, and where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he does. Chen Wei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of his secrets. The fact that someone like that...
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing business to make mora, but instead...
to validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights. It's all the result of his first-hand experimentation.
I'm back! Huh?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills and am always one step ahead of the competition. Well, when you're the competition, at least.
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with you. If I had... Lady Yelan, I have finished investigating Mingbois.
Well, we're all...
The Ministry of... But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him. On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbois at all exaggerated?
I don't believe so. Mingbois is someone who has slowly but surely earned the reputation he has today. According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Mingbois to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. People feel much more confident in something if it has his stamp of approval. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry...
Whoa, that's hard to imagine.
Like I said before, things are not always as they...
Ah, so that's what you meant by that. Paimon's starting...
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading the manifesto?
We still have a bit left.
I can't see any immediate... The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is Qiangshu Pool has all... At some point, a rumor began a long time ago with the...
So, did they find any
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could... The technology wasn't mature enough at that time. So the Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems. Still...
Excavation? Project? Oh, yeah!
Did he now?
Does that mean...
No, not likely. They do possess some specialized Still...
Shenwei and Mingbois both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Zhi-Yi? Is there another side to him too?
Ugh, it's pouring out here. Oh, wait, the water levels aren't rising, are they?
This is the Black Cliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
So, anything strange?
Excuse me? Huh?
I don't think we're going to get anywhere asking questions like...
What's this?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. We don't know who wrote...
You think they're...
Yes. Look, at this rate, by the time the Qingshu... That'll give them the chance to take... Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. That's the advantage of...
When you put it like that, it all... So, who's really behind...
That's a question for the newcomers.
set.
I gotta say, these new... My only complaint is that they're all... I guess they just need some time to adjust.
They go out drinking.
You got that right. It rained after work today. So, hey, you're only young once, right? I say, if they can hack it, let them at it.
Interesting. Let's go talk somewhere. Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. Drinking in Liyue Harbor. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints.
We went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way. The footprints stop here, but, judging from the direction, I'm guessing their destination was... Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working. Look at these ashes. Someone was...
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind...
The odds of that are very...
Why don't we wait for them back?
We can't count on... To me?
Darn!
Make no mistake. The I smelled something peculiar. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be sick.
Really?
There is a certain place with a freeze. Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance when that fragrant ink is burned. This is the exact odor that it leaves behind. Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, but it's all I need. Now I know.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see...
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. I sent him to look into Jur-E's regular contacts. I left him a note at Yenshang Tea House telling him to... So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had... When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and...
Well...
What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan.
Interesting.
Fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is... Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Juri, but the guy's too cautious.
Okay, so tailing's out.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do some groundwork.
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yuehai Pavilion. Be sure to arrive on time. You won't want to miss the show. It looks like we're all here. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu.
All of us here know this.
Qianwei has many. Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough. And because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Zhi is evenly balanced across the board and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Zhi to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, I've become keenly aware of your great talents. Would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood.
I don't mind, as long as I can.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation to do.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. I should go. I need to pack my things and then...
Count me out. I'm not...
Zhi seems pretty relaxed.
Hey, traveler. Tell me something. If you can't answer...
Oh no.
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid of them.
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quickly.
So Zhi really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tian thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Difficult to say, but everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's subordinates? I guess Zhi didn't let his guard down. Still as vigilant as ever.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. But
how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tian himself. Evading detection is not enough. If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tian, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine. So, where did you lose him?
Xinyue kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upe and I were watching outside. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upe had a feeling that it was him, but we couldn't get close enough to I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then. So I stopped Dupe, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to—
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find a way to catch him eventually. The key is figure— Let's go to Xinyue Kiosk.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
I can't wait to see my adorable daughter.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you—
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question him?
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle—
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong cup. This gentleman ordered it in—
Liquor?
Where to?
Shiguen. Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. We're friends of his.
Sure. Which—
we—
Jur-E picked up his— Just so you're aware.
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately.
okay. Thanks, Linlong. Seems there's a little more—
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any—
This is turning into a real—
I'd just like to point out that we have this—
It's not like you did—
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility.
Fair—
Yelan, so has the plan failed? Oh, if we can't figure out where Jur-E went, there's not much we can do. But why was he buying liquor at Xinyue Kiosk anyway? To celebrate?
If so, it's no ordinary celebration.
What do you mean?
First of all, Jur-E isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because of what it did to his father. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol, let alone buy a pair of special wine glasses. No, this is a victory feast, held in honor of Jur-E's private sponsor. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status, hence the need for expensive-looking wineware. Now, where might we find Fatui who match that description, I want—
Fatui officials. Should be either the Snezhnayan Embassy or the Northland Bank.
Have both locations surround—
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our move? If so, you can count me in.
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Jur-E may— In which case, we don't need to change tactics. Just change who we're following.
Great idea! So we just need to find out who Jur-E bought that liquor for and follow them
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major—
I'm well aware. But don't you see? Jur-E is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk ourselves. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else Jur-E might be going. I want eyes on those locations.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Juri may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close watch on the movements of all Fatui officials.
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at... Perfect timing. Wenyuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone.
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Juri mentioned in his manifesto.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Sensible choice, I'll give them that. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with monsters. Most people wouldn't dream of going there. It's one place they won't need to worry about being seen.
Oh no, we gotta go get them!
Let's go. If my hunch is correct, we just might hit the jackpot this time. This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me. There's been some work done on the workers left in him. Still, be ready.
Don't worry, we're all... By the way, Yelan?
They have other things to take care of first.
Oh, how exciting!
I knew you'd miss me.
Time for some training?
Busted!
alive! Yoo-hoo! Steady as stone.
As I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
I see that? That's gotta be the Vituium. That must be the emergency. I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
This is the construction workers' emergency access route, but it's closed tight. Trying to break through would be risky. Let's see if we can find another way.
Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Busted.
Take it easy.
Swift and merciful. Touch of frost! From whence you came!
Quietly now. Gotcha! Things are about to get dicey.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Quietly now. Take it easy.
One with my blade!
The waters flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
The door is open. Let's go.
Wind and cloud.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
A touch of frost.
Steady as stone.
Let my name echo in song! Strike a pose!
Time to clean up.
Here comes the catch.
Spirit Blade! Attack! Swift and merciful!
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. Come on, bottoms up. You'll get there. You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoned. Come on, another round.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poison. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. But I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poison. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an emperor. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes.
It struck me one day when I was fit.
You have performed excellently. Aside from Qingshu Pool.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks.
Did you hear that? It was poison. That's why. What a nasty guy.
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have...
We've, seen no progress on the... But soon, everything will be taken care of. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey.
How could I forget? The only way is...
Yes. Just look at your two competitors. Qianwei had wealth. Mingboa had reputation. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home.
Yes. I cannot thank
you. Heck, when you...
Uncle Gao said that Zhi has low self-esteem. Seems he was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be coming up. How well this goes for us.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like...
Whoa, this is the good stuff. Huh? Zhi, you...
You seem surprised, Mr. How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life. You really think I'd put myself through...
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand?
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark, I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives.
What do you...
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. But things didn't quite go to plan. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, it explains why you acted alone. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the
Zhi, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? After I die, they'll come looking.
A record? Oh.
What? How?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophon. He'll help me tie up all... He has been eyeing your... Shh. Sweet dreams.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, say we were here the whole time and have pictures of everything.
The game's up? Forgive me. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of...
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do... Nothing else you wanted to add?
One wrong move and it all comes... You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused... Let's talk about this, Yelan.
Your point be...
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But given my...
You still don't get it, do you? What do you think? Exactly. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect. He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler, out of everyone in the world, he is the...
That's enough!
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself, Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jury these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet. I'll have someone remove the explosives. Then, there's someone I have to go and see.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave this one to the professionals. Don't worry. As long as they're willing to cooperate, this'll be a straightforward deal. Get some rest. See you tomorrow.
There is now no poison left in his system, but recovery from the damage already done will not happen.
Dr. Baishu, is my father going to be...
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day. It's good we caught it in time. A few days later and the toxin would have...
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Uncle Tian will be heading off now. Remember...
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, and you're here too? Thank you for all you've... Yes, the exhaustion seems to have gone.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing...
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought the assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion...
You have my gratitude. People can change their loyalties.
Is it just Paimon, or is...
Normally, the Yuehai Pavilion would be responsible.
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted... When I first met Yuri, I concluded that in the end, even I never had any plans to recommend him direct. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all manner of things.
I have to admit, the intel suggests that the Fatui saw him. He chose that specific liquor from Shinue Ki. He also installed a secret Afterwards, we also found he had...
But that's still really...
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have...
How is Jury now?
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Like Yenfei says. Still, he's cooperating. He didn't turn down...
A deal? Does this have to...
Yes, Jury's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this one... But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more interesting.
Well, did you...
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped...
Uncle Tian? Yelan? What are you talking about?
Zhi colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, to put it the other way around, the Fatui made an attempt to interfere in the With Yusupov in our hands, and a statement from Zhi, also we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second-in-command. Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all sorts of... Why else did you think I was investing so much time and effort into this?
So, okay, well...
We got halfway, but when we tried... I found out from other sources, the Fatui's main... It's a pity that Theophan got away.
I have to ask, Yelan. Do you... I remember you showed some interest a few days ago.
Oh, that. I prefer my current life. Although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes... All right, I'm done here.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. But I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves involved in other people's business, maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. A lot of people are watching. If you have any more...